Today I have the amazing Grace Bailey Hare in the FRB Hot Seat, and I have been swooning over Grace's Instagram channel forever. So I'm really chuffed that she's here to come and say hi and for me to ask her a few questions, making the most of this lockdown situation and having digital interviews. Just a bit of background, not that really Grace needs any introduction. She has been in the hair industry for 6 years and she's been focusing on bridal hair full-time for the last 2. So you must check her out on Instagram. So hi, Grace.
Hi.
First and foremost then, gosh, what a situation we're in.
I know.
With coronavirus. I feel so awful. My heart breaks for all the couples and all the suppliers. So how have things been for you? Give me a little snapshot.
So it's been like I've been waking up in Groundhog Day. Do you know that film?
Absolutely.
When you wake up and you're like I was waking up to go there today and then, oh wait, no, you can't. It's really, really a weird situation. I think we're all completely in the same boat with this one. But for me, it's been really hard because I'm so used to being so business focused. Like most days are trials, weddings, like admin, obviously time with my family too in the evenings. But it's been like everything has just stopped for me. And this has not happened since I was at school. I haven't had this full time of just like nothing. It's just, I feel like I'm in a dream. But I know we're all in the same boat, and some people are financially worried and some people have kind of got some sort of savings, so we're going to be all right. But for us in the wedding industry, it's kind of been a pause. It's not like everything's cancelled. It's just a pause. So this has actually given me time to reboot, to stop, get some more energy back, think of new ideas, and spend obviously 24 hours with my family. So it's actually weirdly, at first I was panicking a little bit about it because I didn't know, none of us were kind of told, were we, how long this was going on for.
We didn't know what to expect,
No, and the anxiety was just too much. But once I got my head around it, I kind of have been fine. I just know that winter is going to be crazy for all of us.
There's going to be a lot of making up to do. That's it.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of making up to do. Like admin hasn't really stopped because obviously, bless all my brides, it's just like planning a new wedding. So it just, admin hasn't stopped, and it's weird because it's almost like no practical, all admin.
Yeah.
But at least I've had that something. I think I would have gone a bit stir crazy if I didn't at least have some admin to do.
Definitely. I think it's a really good way of approaching it as well, because this is a situation out of all of our hands, and the word pause I think is so important right now. We're just having to pause, and we're just having to fill our days with other things, and if we can still fill creating and content and other things that we love, like you say, new ideas, I think it's really healthy. We've just got to get our head around that in the beginning, but I think hopefully everyone's now getting into a bit of a flow after the initial shock of everything,
like a little routine.
And so many of the brides that I've spoken to have actually been, after the initial upset, just so positive and just, so it's really great to hear things from your side. I'm glad you're all right. I wanted to ask you what the best thing about working in the wedding industry is.
Oh, so much I miss it.
Playing with hair all day.
Playing with hair. Like I'm quite lucky because my brides, like 90% of them I make friends out of. Like I still talk to a lot of them.
That's really nice.
So I know, like I think do you know what, the one question I get asked is, have you had any bridezillas? I've had none.
Have you not?
No, I think I've had one, but I think she's just generally unhappy with other situations.
Yeah.
But all my brides are so lovely, and I just wake up. It's weird. Like, I wake up looking forward to my trials. If I don't have one, I feel weird.
Yeah.
So it's just because I get to make friends. Really I get to play with hair.
Yeah.
And you're making hair pretty. I mean, it's not like all the stress of when I did colouring and cutting at college. That was stressful for me. I didn't enjoy it because I was getting too stressed about once you cut hair, you can't go back.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas this for me, like if you make a little mistake, you just take it out and you redo it.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I love it so much, because you can change things so much and everyone wants something different. So you're not doing the same thing every day over and over again, different person, different hairstyle. Yeah. It's just a very happy environment, like, apart from at the moment. Yeah. But to be honest, all my brides are pretty positive anyway. We're all keeping each other positive. So it's just a very, very lovely industry to be in.
Yeah, I can tell, like, your energy shines through. It's amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I miss it so much.
Oh, I know. Well, at least we can Zoom.
I can't wait to get back into it. Like, I miss it like you wouldn't believe.
Just shows how much you love your craft, you know.
I love it.
Really nice. Really nice. Well, that leads me directly on to my next question, because I'm really curious. I've met lots of brides and grooms through my blog. And do you find the brides you're meeting are coming along to trials with very set ideas, or are a lot of them looking for guidance and help and your expertise? Like, which way does it often fall?
Do you know what? I'd say 90% of the time they come to me with like a Pinterest board with loads of different kind of ideas. And most of them are very similar. So it's like different photos, but the same updo. Kind of, they'll all be like low buns, or they'll all be that kind of high, kind of Asian updo kind of look, or it will all be like Hollywood waves. So they normally have been doing their homework, and the first initial email, I'll say to them, like, have you got an idea? Because I like to find out beforehand if they're going to show me something where I know it's going to need hair for, or rather than wasting time for them to come to the trial and say, I'm really sorry, we can't do this right now. We need extensions or whatever. We need padding. Yeah. It's easier for me to kind of say beforehand what they need. So we've already kind of swapped ideas, and I've kind of got an idea of what they want before they come through.
You're in planning mode.
Yeah, I plan, because I don't want them to come and be like, I've had it maybe 3 or 4 times in the past where we haven't, or they've changed their mind and they've come to me and said, oh, I changed my mind, I don't want them. And I'm like, oh, we need hair, we need padding. So it's most of the time they do know what they want.
Yeah, that's interesting. So we've got some quite discerning brides. They know their mind, they know what they want, and then you just help them bring it to life, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, completely.
I love that. I've got to ask you about the trend that, I swear, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, the last kind of year and a half, there's been so much half up, half down as a bride, you know, hair-wise. And I mean, it looks great, but then I think, you know, what's your thought on trends? Should we be thinking outside the box a bit more, you know, or what's your advice?
So with that one, I think since Michelle Keegan got married and she had that huge half up, half down, and it was like up here and it was huge. Yeah. Now I know she had a lot of hair, a lot of product, a lot of padding to get it like that. Yeah. So since then, everyone kind of wanted that half up, half down, but that takes a lot. So people are kind of just asking for the half up, half down, and maybe they won't get that look, but that since then it's been really, really, really popular. I kind of think I push towards the bridesmaids for half and half down, because it takes a lot less time. Like half up, half down takes 15, 20 to half an hour.
And it's
really, it's really effective. Like, it's beautiful, like especially if you have like loads of curls or like a nice like wave like this with some up, always looks really nice.
Yeah, I love that.
So I do like it, but I prefer it on the bridesmaids.
Okay.
That's my own personal kind of preference. I like it on bridesmaids because I just like, it's just my own personal preference of what I like.
Well, we're kindred spirits, because I actually did that for my bridesmaids, and I had my hair up because My
I like
hair,
that
I
look.
swear, doesn't hold waves very well. And I was so worried that it would look lovely for the ceremony and then it would look tatty the rest of the day. And that was definitely a genuine concern of mine. So in the end, I went with hair up, but it also worked because I ended up being quite classic, and so it wasn't too messy. It was quite neat actually in the end. But one thing, all the brides listening to this, you've got to think about, I'm sure you'll agree, the style of your dress as well. If you've got something at the back that you want to show off, if you've got a scoop or a low back design, it's not always great to then have long, sleek hair. It's showing too many angles, isn't it? Do you have any takes on that?
Yeah, I completely agree on that. Like, I'll always say, can I see your dress? And they'll always have a picture or a picture of the model in it at least. So if someone's got a really low dress, I think to have your whole back out is really, really nice. And it's a bit sexy. I kind of like that look.
I do.
Whereas the second you kind of have hair down the back, one, it just gets caught. Two, it hides all the embellishment.
Exactly.
It's just a waste. Unless they kind of can have. So I've got a few brides that like the Hollywood wave, and they are so set on the Hollywood wave, which I absolutely adore. But we have said have half kind of going back. And so you've got just a little bit of hair, but the majority at the front. If they're happy with that, then it will work. But
that makes sense.
It makes sense. But I will normally try and push for a hair up if they've got really detailed back, low back.
Yeah.
Same with if they've got loads going on here. It's too much to have loads of hair, loads of netting.
Definitely.
Loads of embellishment. It's just too much. It's just nice to have your hair off your whole body up, and then you can see all the embellishment on the dress. Otherwise, you're just hiding it.
This is why you're the hair queen, and you're so good at what you do, because it's like, you're absolutely right, and I totally agree. So hopefully that's a good bit of advice for people who are engaged and planning their wedding and thinking about their hair at the moment. I've got to ask you, what's the best hairspray we should all be using?
Oh, is that giving it away?
I know, trade secrets.
Okay, so I have tried hundreds of sprays. I'm really picky. Like, when someone meets me, they're like, do you not want to spray more? I'm like, no, because I know the way I've put it together, it doesn't need to be held and sticky and wet. It just needs to be put together right. So I have found one where you don't need much and it's just enough to hold it. You know, the got to be range.
Yes, I do know it.
Any of those sprays.
Yeah, we'll put the links up anyway. We'll put the links up after this.
Any of the got to be sprays are incredible, and you do not need much of it. The one thing that some people can make a mistake on is overspraying, whereas you don't need to on this one. This is why I absolutely love it, because you just need a little bit of spray, and it will stay. But it is how you put the hair together. I'm not a big fan of hairspray, but sometimes it scares brides because they're like, oh, you haven't put any spray, and I'm like, it's fine, it'll be okay, don't worry.
I've got this, don't worry.
Yeah, but there's other sprays that I've tried in the past which it just makes it sticky and kind of looks a bit wet.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally know what you mean. Sticky, not it
smells.
It
smells like a kind of you know what, like that typical old school hairspray smell. So
like
this got to be great. Smells of holiday, and it's almost like a bit matte. It's kind of, when you spray it on, it's kind of doesn't give a shine, which I like because it doesn't look wet in any way. And if you go wrong with it, you comb it out and it goes.
That is so good. That seems like a dream product right now. You heard it here first. Yeah. You know what? They'll be out of stock after they've heard this. It'll be me.
Honestly, I know it's going well for that company when they've doubled their price in a year.
Yeah, there you go. Say something. Yeah.
Winner. Chicken dinner. Great
tip. As you've obviously been to a lot of wedding venues in Dorset and Hampshire, have you got a favourite? I know it might be hard to pick one, but right here, right now, if I put you on the spot, what are you loving today? It can change next week, don't worry.
Do you know what? It's really hard because obviously I'm a recommended supplier of quite a few in Bournemouth and Dorset. So they're always my favorite, because not just because of how beautiful they are, because they give and they take, they kind of give and they give back.
Okay.
I think that's so important in the industry, is to help each other.
Definitely.
So, but if I had to go for beauty, it'd be Summerlee.
Yeah, nice.
Summerlee House.
Nice.
And not just that, I'm really into exclusive venues. Now they take on like maybe 1 or 2 weddings a month. And I think they've done that right, because it's so important to not overdo and have like a conveyor belt weddings.
Totally agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In and out. Like that's why I love Summerlee. But obviously I love Burley Manor. Different feel, completely different. And you drive through, they've got like cute deers and little piglets.
Yeah.
So cute. Yeah, I think Summerlee's way up there in this area.
Yeah.
Summerlee House, it'd have to be as my number one.
It's a good shout.
I love
It's a good shout. It's so grand, beautiful, tastefully done. It's got history, and the exclusive vibe as well. You know, definitely definitely very special there. So I think that's a good.
Yeah, it's very different, and it is so royal. And if you're going for the more boho-y look, I think Burley Manor is perfect with that whole kind of feel. Penn Castle is beautiful. That's Weymouth Way.
Yeah, I'm yet to go there, but I'm hoping to go and do a review soon. But yeah,
you have to go there. It's stunning. Like the bridal room is circular.
Oh, nice.
It's unreal. Yeah, you have to go there.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with everything wedding. Get me there. Love it.
Obviously, I love Sopley Mill too. Sopley Mill.
One of my best friends got married there. It's gorgeous. So last question. I can't believe we're at the end. You know, I feel, but want your take on it. It feels like nothing is off limits anymore. We're kind of coming into a era 2020, you know, despite what's been going on. But, you know, we've got messy buns, we've got luxurious wave, we've got sleek, straight styles. What's your advice to a bride who's going through the research stages now? Is it be brave, do something different? You know, any advice just before we sign off?
So I'm definitely one for being brave. Now, for someone that's already been married, the one thing I did is, and I tell this to all my brides, in my gut, I knew I wanted my hair down. Okay. I knew I wanted it down, but everyone was like, no, have it up. I have my hair down all the time. So it's how I feel comfortable. But everyone was like, no, have it up. And I had it up, and I actually took it down halfway through my wedding because I just wanted it down again. So go with your gut of how you want your hair. That's my biggest bit of advice I could give you. Just go with your gut of what you want. Do your research, have a look at pictures. If you can get pictures of a model in your dress, see how they've got their hair, how you like it. Ask advice from specialists. Ask me. I'm more than happy to send you some pictures of what I think would look nice with your dress.
Okay. That's for our readers. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your homework. And one thing is, always, if you feel you need them, extensions, get them, because this is the one time that you won't regret spending that little bit of money. Is your wedding day.
That is such a good bit of advice, because I look back now. I look back now, and if I could tell my former self, I started panicking about a lot of things, and I think it was perhaps because I had so much on my mind, and you know, you're planning a wedding and everything else. So I did start panic, and I started over analysing hair. Should I get extensions? Should I not? Should I spend the money? Should I not? You know, I even did it with eyelashes. I was like, oh, I really want to get the nice individual lashes. Oh, but what happens if it's the one time I have a reaction, or the one time overthinking?
It's so normal.
But extensions, I'm with you, girl. I wish I had sorted that out just for extra thickness and, you know, volume. I really do. So I think that's an amazing bit of advice.
Honestly, don't even think twice. Like I can tell you that from I don't know, however many weddings I have a year, 100 brides, they almost 90% of them will and it, and they will all say, thank goodness I bought them. So don't even think twice. If it's not as full as you want it and you can't get the fullness with padding, just buy them. You can get coloured matched with so many girls in locally. Get the cheapy ones, as long as they're human hair. Buy them and you will be so happy you did. That's my biggest bit of advice. Get those extensions. You won't regret it.
Extensions. That is amazing. I can't believe we're at the end already. Thank you so much, Grace.
You're welcome.
Are a superstar, and I can't wait for COVID-19 to do one so I can come and book in a blow dry.
I know. I can't wait either. I just want to get back to it. I've got so many ideas and things I want to do.
No. Well, we'll see you soon, all right? Take care.
Yeah. Take care. Bye.